What's good, everybody? My name is Gentleman Jug,
And I'm Son.
and welcome back to another Jug and Son doing WWE last week, today, whenever it was. How you doing today, boy?
It's all right.
Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, do all the things all the other YouTubers tell you to do. Son, I need you to take me to Raw.
So we start off with CM Punk, and he's on fire right now. He's like, because he lost the Elimination Chamber, his last chance to go to WrestleMania, so he's just out here. He's calling John Cena and The Rock a bunch of bald frauds. He's like, you both are bald frauds. John Cena's been lying to kids for years. He finally showed his true colors. And then he said, Dwayne, he's like, you do the goosebumps, and he's like slapping his arm. Those are fake goosebumps. He's
I
like,
don't know how you can fake goosebumps.
he said, you're a fake fraud. You're bald. And then Seth Rollins, he's like, Becky Lynch, you better get your man, otherwise I'm gonna put him in a wheelchair.
And that's when he comes out.
And then Seth comes out, and we get a big fight, and every Triple H fight has security, and this has every security. So I mean, this would be better if we didn't see fights like these every week. But this is how it happens every week, so you just get used to it. It happens on both shows every week.
Look, I actually thought that the brawl that they had this time was actually interesting, but
They fought backstage.
Because it didn't stop. You know, it was one of those on-site type of brawls. So, like, I seen you, now you see me, and I'm finna go ahead and I'm finna handle some business.
And now what's funny to me is that after they have, since their feud's starting to get, I guess it's back, because they took a break for a little bit, but they're back now, and to solve this feud, instead of having a match at WrestleMania, let's just have a steel cage match on Raw next week, because that's where this feud belongs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not about that one right there. That makes no sense to me. That should be building up more and more, and then happen at WrestleMania. Now I just feel like the match that CM Punk is going to be involved in at WrestleMania is most likely going to be something with like somebody not Seth Rollins. Or if it is Seth Rollins, it's going to be like a triple threat, probably involving
Roman.
Yeah, Roman.
Because Roman needs something to do.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be The Rock.
Not anymore.
I mean, I guess, Roman can I'm just guessing he'll attack the steel cage match and he'll get in there and do something.
I don't understand. Like, he really has nothing to...
He has nothing against CM Punk.
He has something against Seth Rollins, but not CM Punk.
But they act like him and CM Punk have problems. I'm like, you guys just don't have anything. You guys just don't like each other, but there's no reason, really.
Build a story, and then maybe we'll see something else, right?
You got 6 weeks. So then we got, Gunther wrestling on Raw against people that Jay would fight. Or any mid-carder Braun Breaker would fight. So he's fighting Otis. And, it's funny to me is that he beats Otis and he beats, Akira Tozawa. And every time Uncle's, so shocked. He's like, look at how strong Gunther is. He beat Otis and Akira Tozawa.
Look, I mean, in WWE 2K25, Gunther is, 94 or something like that. And Otis is, 77. So, I mean... those numbers, in all honesty, really mean jack shit in this kind of game. But in the real world, that means that Gunther's going to choke Otis out.
Yeah, but they're acting all shocked. Like, how can he be so strong? He's such a powerful champion. I'm like, he lost to Cody, though.
You don't have to sit there and try to sell me on Gunther, all right? I knew how good Gunther was. And I say was because I just don't feel that way anymore.
But I mean, this feels like the same thing we saw last week. And then, Jay comes out the end and doesn't do anything. He just kind of stands there and watches Gunther run away.
I feel strongly that Jey Uso is going to be the winner at WrestleMania. The way that they're hyping this kind of story up, it feels like how they were hyping up Cody Rhodes last year.
Yeah.
He's the guy, he's going to do it.
But that story was better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with this, I'm like, just end Gunther's title reign already.
Nah, they're not going to end it until WrestleMania. That's when it's going to go down.
Well, just make sure it ends there, because I don't want to see any more of this. And then, we got Chad Gable go into, a random house somewhere, and he talks to somebody.
He went to a random house, a random alley in Mexico, because he's looking for the secret of luchador, and
how to beat them.
they gave him a box. He just gave him some money. They gave him a box. I mean, I could do that.
And then he opened the box and he's like, oh,
I think it's a luchador costume.
so he's gonna mock the luchadors by wearing a mask. And then
I don't think you're mocking them if you wear a mask. Maybe in Chad Gable's case it will be. I mean, but remember, like Sami Zayn was El Generico.
yeah,
Okay, so and he wasn't mocking nobody. Like Ricochet was King Puma.
so I guess with this secret, Chad can now fight all of LWO on his own, since it's all luchadors now.
I guess I don't know. I don't feel like it's all luchadors, but there is 2 luchadors, and then there's others. So
There's Penta, he's waiting to get in there.
Penta's they're warming his seat up.
So then we got to see what is it? I guess Braun Breaker did something. He attacked Finn Balor and the Judgment Day.
I don't care. This is gonna end up with probably a 6-way tag or 6-way fight for the IC championship. That's just not on TV. You're making me feel like I don't give a crap about this mid-card title. I just don't care anymore because Braun Breaker is just not on TV, and this dude is intense. I like to see him on TV. I like to see, in all honesty, they should be showcasing this guy all the time.
I mean, I like this guy more than Gunther.
Yeah, right. I mean, and I would not have believed that I would have said that last year when Gunther was the IC champion for 666 days or whatever it was.
Yeah, but that's what happens. And then we got, I guess, the main event, which was Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. And then going into this, we all thought that Io Sky wasn't going to win.
Io Sky, I said it last week. I said I love you, and that you're not going to win this. A good man has to tell, the girl that he likes the truth. And the truth was, I believed you were a loser.
But you won.
You bet you proved me wrong, and hey, I welcome that.
I was like, you deserve it.
Okay, look. I don't hate the fact that she lost. I don't mind it, but
She's going to lose at WrestleMania.
I don't know about that. I mean, she's going to be fighting who?
Like
Bianca Belair.
Yeah, but Rhea Ripley has to be thrown in this one because she's got nothing else to do.
I know. I mean, I figured that Rhea Ripley was so big that she was going to be at that event at WrestleMania, but now that she's no longer champ, there's no reason to freaking have her there.
Unless they just force her in.
I just feel like there's no way they would keep her out of WrestleMania. They would not do that.
No.
So I feel like it's going to be some kind of triple threat.
And Io's not winning that one.
Yeah, against Bianca or Rhea.
So they had her fight for a whole year to get the title back, just to hold it for a few weeks until WrestleMania, and then possibly just lose it at WrestleMania. And then it's okay, I guess you're back to the bottom now. Now you got to fight 1 million people again to get another shot.
We'll see.
But I guess the only positive for her is that she's doing back-to-back WrestleManias as the champion.
Yeah, she was world champion last time.
Yeah, she won the world champion on SmackDown, and now she's won the one on Raw.
Look, it's fine, Hey, go get him. Take me to SmackDown, son.
So SmackDown, we got Randy Orton. He's back.
Yeah, and he's back with a vengeance, and I want to hear what he has to say. What does he say, boy?
He's saying, at the Rumble, at the Chamber, when I came back to fight Kevin, I felt something. I started hearing the voices again, and then I wanted to punt him in the head.
Well, I mean, yeah, look, I wanted you to punt him in the head, but they stopped you.
He said, but don't worry, I'll get him. And then he said, John Cena, he's a bottom for The Rock now.
Yeah, he is, I mean, sorry, Randy, it used to be you who was a bottom for, corporations, and now it's John Cena.
It's you're the good guy and John Cena's the bad guy.
I just feel like Randy Orton should be John Cena's last match.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like a Jug take, and it probably could be, but at any point in time, this would probably be the time right now where Randy Orton could retire John Cena.
I mean, that should probably be what he does.
That makes sense to me.
And then Cody retires Randy Orton.
In 10 years?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. Randy Orton seems like he's got like at least, 10 more years in the tank.
Like, I think
he wants to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like the same age as me. I'd be thinking about retiring at 50 anyways. I'm not even 50. I'm not even close yet. Well, I'm closer than I'm not, so.
You used to do the LA Knight strategy. You get in there now and then win the U.S. title.
LA Knight's like 45, so. I mean, Randy Orton's been champion like what, like 14 times compared to LA Knight's 0, so.
Yeah.
I don't expect LA Knight to sit there and I expect him to become world champion of something at some point in time. I just don't think he's going to touch Randy or John's record. Or even, I don't think he'll even touch CM Punk's record. So there you go.
And then we had Naomi and Bianca Belair. And this is where, they got the acting's coming out. And I guess Naomi's a good actor because she got tears.
She got real tears as far as I can see.
So I'm like, all right.
Look, women's wrestling has been dog shit.
With Triple H, not Shawn Michaels though.
Yeah, with Triple H, and haven't really been using the mid card titles for the women that you made a big deal about.
Still aren't using them.
Still really aren't using them. But this right here, this promo right here, in like 10 minutes of storytelling, they sat there and made me completely forget about Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair.
I mean, I wasn't thinking about them before this, and I'm definitely not thinking about them now.
I don't even care about their match. I don't care at all. But this match, or this feud that's going on between these three,
is like bigger than the world title on this show.
At least it's bigger than the world title for me versus Jey Uso and Gunther.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Because that's how I feel. I just don't see why we can't have good storytelling. Now what I do expect is there to be like a long-term storytelling that's going to freaking start to get boring and piss me off because it won't be compelling. It'll just be filler.
Like Triple H always does.
Yeah,
he can't help himself.
I'm into long-term storytelling. I'm into that. I am. Okay? It kept me interested in freaking CM Punk and DM Hunk. Okay? But this right here, it just feels like it's going to get me to a point where like I'm all in right now.
And then I'm going to be all out.
And then I'm going to be all the way out.
It's going to be Rhea and Liv all over again.
Yeah, it's going to be like, come on, just stop.
But, what happened here is that Naomi says, yeah, I attacked Jay. I did it for you.
Yeah, she did it for the Bianca.
She did it for the Bianca.
I mean, her name is what? Trinity Fatu, so, it's like, that is her name,
yeah.
And so she does, even though she's not bloodline related, she is related still by, I guess, marriage. So, she, and I guess her father-in-law is Rikishi. So
just taking some tips.
Yeah, I did it for the Bianca.
And then I guess Bianca cries, and the moment was fine until Naomi just starts crying into the mic. She's like, you can't do this to me, Bianca, don't leave me.
I look, you don't gotta cry into the microphone. That doesn't. I can hear you just fine.
Do it one more time. And then that's when Jade, the camera shows Jade immediately pulls up to the arena, gets out of the car, and just comes in right as this is going down. She doesn't know this is happening, but she just happened to arrive there right on cue. And then she comes in here and she just, murders me.
That right there doesn't make any sense to me. Like, this isn't streaming on Netflix.
No.
Okay? You're not watching it in the car, then you just pull up into like the most convenient parking for a wrestler,
because it's like from that parking spot, it's like a straight shot right to the ring.
Just walk right to the ring. That's what it was, basically. I'm like, that is very convenient. I don't know how you knew this was going to go down and everything like that. Like, did Bianca call you like a second before she walked out? Like, hey, look, I'm going to be at the ring. So I'll see you in a minute. You know. But no, she walked all the way through, went through Gorilla. They hit her music and she walked out and she got her a piece of Naomi, which, in my opinion,
Naomi should have just escaped.
Yeah, she should have just escaped because
but she got beaten.
Yeah, she got beat up, and I'm just like, well, now I just feel like y'all like the wind out of my sails on that one. I feel that you should tease the final confrontation, unless Naomi comes out and beats the hell out of Jade again
the next week. You just gotta let Father H cook, So then LA Knight fights Shinsuke, and he finally regains the title that he never should have lost.
Because what did Shinsuke do with it? Defended
Nothing.
Against LA Knight, as far as I can see, right?
That's all he fought was LA Knight.
At least that's what it feels like. He might have fought somebody else, but
he wasn't even on the show though. Like he was like
at all. And
it's like there was no reason for LA Knight to lose the belt. There was no reason for Shinsuke to even be here.
It really feels like, Shinsuke, you might need to go look for other pastures, because either you don't want to wrestle on WWE or they're not cooking with you.
Yeah. I mean, same thing for Finn Balor probably.
It really feels like he's going to have to go back to NXT or go somewhere else.
Go to NXT for a third time.
I mean, like, you don't get to go back to NXT for a third time, when you are on the main roster. And I just feel like Shinsuke and Finn Balor, you guys are going to have to go back to NXT or go somewhere else because they're just not cooking with you.
And this is the guy who created you guys. Well, not created, but like Father H is the one.
At least made you as popular as you are in WWE.
Yeah. So yeah, LA Knight's got the title back. Great. Then, we thought Drew was gonna do. We didn't want Drew to fight Damian Priest at WrestleMania, but that's what we're getting.
I feel like that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Because Damian Priest attacks Drew from behind after Drew finally wins a match by beating Jimmy.
I don't understand the feud between these two. Like Drew, I feel like your meat and potatoes should be against a world title, at least a mid-card championship, something, right?
It's like
you fought for an IC championship at WrestleMania against Gunther and Sheamus.
Why not go fight LA Knight now that he's won the US belt?
Yeah, I mean, he's the one who really pissed you off,
at
right?
the Rumble. They talked about it for 1 week and just like, nah, let's not use that. Let's go back to Damian and Drew, because that's what the people want to see.
I don't want to see this because, A, I don't really like Damian. I don't understand why he even has beef with Drew in the first place. He eliminated Drew at the Elimination Chamber.
And number 2, I've already seen this.
We did?
Yeah, when Drew was in Clash of the Castle and CM Punk was the referee.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to see this anymore. This doesn't interest me.
I'm just like, Drew deserves way better. But I guess, we just throw that all away. It's not important,
Father H, put him back in the title picture.
Like, do something with Drew, please, because all you do is have him come out and then go on rants and then lose, and then the one time he does win, then he has to go join. He wins just enough to get into a match that we don't really care about.
I don't care about it.
And then we finally got to see Cody's response to John Cena. He comes out and that eye is messed up, but that wasn't even John Cena. That was Travis Scott.
John Cena's a professional wrestler along with The Rock. So, Travis Scott, you gave CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, you gave him a black eye.
Yeah, but it's all right. Cody gets beat up all the time now.
He has no problem showing injuries.
So, like, he's here, and he says, I don't know how to describe this to my daughter. I said that Papa ran into a wall.
I mean, you could try telling her the truth. Hey, John Cena, that dude you like, he beat the hell out of me.
But instead he said,
if all the other kids get to sit there and watch that and be sad, you can tell your daughter the same thing.
But he didn't. He said, Papa ran into a wall.
Yeah, that just sounds like a domestic abuse, type of thing. Like your wife beat you up. What happened to you, Cody? I fell down some steps.
And then he says that, I guess, he used to drive John Cena around. I mean, everyone who beats him up, he says, I drove them around.
That's what you do when you first get into the business. You gotta apparently, no matter what sport you're in, really, you
drive everybody around.
Yeah, you gotta sit there and earn your stripes, because eventually the guys who come in after you gotta start driving you around. Can you imagine LA Knight having his like, he just got into the business at like 38 and he's driving around like some 26-year-old carrying his bags.
He's like driving around Braun Breaker.
Right, carrying his bags. Hey, I got your bags, yeah. He's probably not doing any of that. When you're on the main roster, you're probably not doing that. At least not at that level anyways, But
Cody basically said, John Cena, I am your successor. I may not look like you, I may not talk like you, but I'm your successor. So if you want some, come get some. And I guess, is he John Cena's successor?
I mean, yeah, the next greatest does not look like the last greatest.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. I mean, like, when Michael Jordan was out, and people were calling him the GOAT, they always kept trying to call somebody the next Michael Jordan. By the time it did happen, it was like, Kobe Bryant or LeBron James. They don't act really that much at all like Michael Jordan.
No.
I mean, Kobe Bryant tried, but not that. He's not Michael Jordan. Okay. But that's it's usually the next greatest don't look like the last greatest. Maybe the better example is that, Stone Cold Steve Austin don't look anything like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
right? Maybe that's a better example.
And John Cena's nothing like Stone Cold.
Yeah, so.
And I guess, Cody's nothing like John Cena.
But we're not calling Cody like the greatest. Like, John Cena has like freaking 16 world championships.
Yeah, well, but Cody said he's the successor, so I guess you just got to believe him.
I guess. I mean, Cody Rhodes, you're basically like every other face that wears a suit to the ring.
It's just that, you get beat up by the more popular villains.
He's not. Look, Cody Rhodes to me is great, but he's not that much different than most of the other. Like, him and Gunther are technically the same. They walk out to the ring, they talk about how great they are, they wear suits.
It's just that one of them shows up more.
Yeah, like John Cena didn't wear any of that stuff, and he walked out with his belt. He actually, and as far as that, John Cena is closer to Stone Cold Steve Austin wearing the jorts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just saying.
But I guess he's a successor and he's going to beat John, is the point.
He probably will, but we'll see how that goes.
I mean, I hope John wins because I want to see a heel Cena with the world title.
He should have it, and I guess Randy Orton should beat him for it.
Yeah.
Get his title run in. He deserves more than what he has. At least I think so. But hey, you guys, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, do all the things all the other YouTubers tell you to do. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok at GENTLEMAN.JUGG. Check us out on BLUESKY, and tune in next time because the next one will be available
when it's ready.